What's the deal, family? Welcome back to another Sips of Success podcast episode. I am Cameron. This is my beautiful wife, Erin.
Hello.
How's it going, babe?
Good. We are in week 27 when this goes up of pregnancy.
Yeah, week
oh
27.
my gosh. Last week of second trimester. Feeling good. Doing good. Getting into the nesting phase of things.
So what you been doing to nest?
Well, I just cleaned out the pantry because our pantry looks like it looks horrible. And Cameron has also been doing his dad nesting. What have you been doing?
Just working on storage and organization inside the house because, I can't function unorganized. So
Which is really necessary. We find ourselves, which let us know if we're the only ones, but we always clean the house. Like our house looks really clean and it is clean. But when you go inside certain drawers, it's like in just certain cabinets and nooks and crannies, it's just like, we got to get this together,
Yeah.
Like certain stuff just gets thrown in places. So we're trying to have a place for everything by the time the baby gets here.
No, we will. Not trying.
Okay, we
At this
will
point,
have.
we don't have a choice.
Yeah, we don't have a choice. We've got to make room for baby girl.
We don't have a choice at all.
Okay, so what are we sipping on?
We are sipping on Kiwi, pineapple, mint.
It looks so delicious and
Spritz.
exotic. Okay,
Exotic
cheers.
is crazy. Okay.
The seeds give it that like
Cheers.
exotic look. Cheers. That's really good.
That's good.
Okay, what's in it? Well, never mind. You're gonna post the recipe, right?
Yeah, I can still say what's in it, I guess.
Okay. Well, what's
It's
in
just I got some golden kiwi, regular kiwi, mint, your version of lemon lime, like pop, I guess, or whatever. We use poppy, and then some lime and maple syrup. Yeah,
and mint?
and I said mint. I thought.
Oh, sorry.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's really good.
So yeah, that's what it is composed of. I'll do a recipe video for it. So yeah.
Yes. Okay. This or that. Would you rather have your dream home or your dream garage with 3 of your dream cars? So like your dream garage build out. It can be however elaborate, amazing as you want it. Like you said in the last episode, the whole underground, blah, blah, blah. But the house ain't matching the vibe of the garage. However, you can have 3 of your top cars in the garage.
Am I married?
Babe, yes. Life as we know it.
Life as we know it. And the house
Talking
looks
about
not.
am I married?
But the house doesn't match.
So the house, yeah, maybe our current house, but with an elaborate garage and your 3 favorite cars versus a dream home maybe that we've gone to see, but you drive a minivan.
I would go in my crib and I'm at the garage.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not driving a minivan. I'd be in this house. What? Yeah.
Babe.
I'm dead serious.
I'm taking the house with the minivan.
Yeah, hey, you have it.
This is probably the first one.
This house is great.
It is, but no, I need more space. I need a backyard. Like,
Hey,
I need...
Hey.
No.
I'm not minivan.
And especially not for me to even probably drive the cars.
Right, and I would have to drive because you don't drive. So, no.
Well, I'm taking the dream house with the minivan. It'll be the most souped up minivan ever.
Souped up minivan.
And I am getting all the bells and whistles in my house. All of them.
Hey. Kudos. I love our house, so.
I do too, but.
I would have to take the L on the dream home.
Okay.
Because I think I would end up like, all right. Because I feel like after a while, you're like, all right, this is just a home now. Like how we feel about this house.
You don't think you would feel like that about your garage?
No.
Wow. Okay. Well, speaking of...
Because that's a hobby. I feel like that gives me something to do.
You can go out there and watch the minivan. And detail it. Well, speaking of cars, Cameron recently made a big purchase. Well, I will say we made a big purchase because, I mean, everything is ours. But what did you get?
So I bought my first dream car. I bought a Corvette, the C8. It's something that I've been wanting my entire life. Since I've been alive, I've wanted a Corvette. It didn't have to be,
born.
huh?
Since
I've been born, yeah. Yeah, I bought a Corvette. It's the biggest. I mean, outside of me buying the house, like this is the biggest purchase I've, like individually, something that like it's ours, but like she doesn't really care. Like like her buying a purse, I don't care about the purse like that, you know. So it's kind of, and she loves the car, so she gets the benefit. I can't benefit from a purse, but anyway, it's not about that.
You can because I look cute.
Well, yeah. No, so I, you know, first big purchase. The first time I've really said like yes to myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so what made you say, okay, now's the time?
After, I feel like I was still on the like edge last summer when I was like, I'm gonna do this for my. Backstory. The Corvette is my 30th birthday gift. I turned 30 last year, but I had a big injury, which I couldn't even drive for a little while. Let alone, I didn't even think I can really use my hand again as I knew it, you know, prior to the injury. And what really made me say yes was I injured my hand, and a lot of people always resort to, you know, you may not see tomorrow. It's always like resort to death. Mm-hmm. Well, there are some people who can't use their limbs. And I was like, man, dang, I could have did this, but like, what if I can't use my hand like I normally do? Yeah. And I was like, I'm getting the car. And July 1st last year, in the cash and everything, I went and put my deposit down with the lack of confidence of where my hand was. It was, what, 2 weeks after surgery at that point?
Yeah.
2-3 weeks? Like yeah. And yeah.
Yep. And so here we are.
Yeah, so I built it out in January, and I picked it up after our baby moon with friends, like the next day.
Built it out a million times before January, and then he did the official build out.
Yeah.
In January. Just to clarify.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did it feel? Well, before I ask that, what did you think that I would say when, well, we made the decision together, but like,
yeah, I don't think I would have, well, it's not even what you said. You told me to get it.
Yeah.
I think, so I was going to sell, I have a Audi that I've been driving for like 7 years now. Mm-hmm. And yeah. And, like 2 years ago is when I was like, man, I want to get another car.
Yeah.
It's just like everybody gets, you know, I'm not tired of my car, but I just wanted something else. And I looked at the M3.
He was looking at all kinds of
I looked at an AMG.
I don't like the M3.
Did you like the AMG?
The M3 just looks like a regular car to me.
But it's
like it looks like the little Subarus that. Babe,
yes,
it does. It looks like a regular car. Like even your Audi, it kind of looks like the Audi. Like in terms of the shape and the size.
No, the shape. The
doesn't
Audi is
look
more
sporty.
round. The M3 is boxy. And
the M4 is way better looking. Way.
I looked at that too. That was an option.
Yeah, but he was looking at cars that could replace his current car,
Audi, yeah,
and also be fun.
Yeah.
But the Audi was paid off, so it's kind of like no point in also paying, I don't know, upward of $1,000 on a car note for a car that he didn't really want. And I'm like, you might as well keep the Audi and get the Corvette. Like, you want the Corvette.
Yeah, but I didn't think, I'm like, I guess I really didn't have no thoughts. It's kind of like one of those things. Like, I'm not about to have two cars. That's kind of how I guess I was going into it until you were like, why don't you just go ahead and get the Corvette? I was like, seriously? And after that, I built like, I don't know.
A million of them.
It was on after that.
Watched a million YouTube videos.
So I don't think you felt no way because you encouraged it. You gave me the idea.
It's so funny though because people ask him, what do I think?
I'm like, she took me to go get it, like the whole nine. Like,
so what do you think like that is though? Like why are guys so shocked when it's like, no, my wife is like full on board?
Because I think more wives than not are not on board with guys having stuff that they want to.
Oops, sorry.
they may not have those real intentions, but I don't think they see that they are doing it that way, like saying no, basically. Because I've had at least 7 guys say, like, kind of like, your wife cool with this type of thing, especially now, like, the baby on the way. They're like,
I know, I was about to say
that's even. I'm like, yeah, I mean, she didn't say otherwise. If she would have said otherwise, then I probably wouldn't have done it, but
yeah,
she's, I don't know, kept going with it.
yeah.
But I don't know. I just think outside of my boy yesterday when we were out with the cars, I was just like, I think that everybody takes on what's told to them. And I don't blame women for like that, but it's kind of that thing where they got to be treated, and the man you just live how you live. Like whatever you get,
You
cool.
adapt.
Yeah, you adapt, and I don't have to adapt.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what that is to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like for me, it wasn't just about like you getting what you wanted. I think for you, the mindset of getting what you want is something that I want to experience that version of you, because like you will put your wants and needs or whatever like to the back burner all the time. And I also think sometimes when you do like make big purchases, they can cause you to shift how you think. Like they can cause you to be either like grind harder or like really feel like, oh my God, I feel really good driving this. Like I want that to trickle into other parts of my life. Or, I don't know, or just the confidence of knowing like, wow, we can handle this payment. Like it's, we don't necessarily, we're not struggling to pay this car for this car. And a lot of times when it is big purchases like this, like people like, not necessarily our parents, but like parents can even start to push their limiting beliefs on you. Like, you really gonna spend that much on a car? Or like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Sure. So it's like, you just have to take those risks on your own in order to know like, oh, we can do that. You know what I mean? Like we can do that. Yeah. And like you deserve that because you work hard and like you've wanted this for so long. And
I think, I don't know. It's still, honestly, without you, I don't think that I thought I would have deserved it though. Mm-hmm. I think your encouragement is what made me believe I deserve it. Not me. I've been hard working for the past, I don't know how long. It wasn't even until you was like, say what you said for me to even be like, oh, all right, cool. Yeah. I never had the thought like, oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, to me, it's just most of it's kudos to you, really.
Yeah,
like,
but I think that's good to know. But I think it's also thanks, babe. But I think it's also like important to me for wives to even think about that. Like, kind of just think about maybe your disposition on certain things because, it's not that everything I want or everything Cameron wants, we're just like, oh yeah. But most of the time, like we are like, oh yeah, like go for it. Like like why not? What is stopping us? Like the way we be thinking about stuff like this is, okay, we need to make an extra X amount of money a month so that we can get this. Not we need to cut back. We need to scale down. We need to, retract our desires because no, we want what we want. We like what we like. Yeah. And we just got to put the work in to get it.
That's why I love the place that we are now is that we are accepting the things that we actually genuinely like and love. Mm-hmm. And I think now we're like, okay, I want that and I'm going to get it. Versus, that would be cool, but I'm going to make myself think that I can't get that. I don't really want that, but really because you think it's expensive. And honestly, it's because everybody else around you may be telling you, oh, that's expensive. I would never get that. Yeah. And I feel like we've both done that where we won't do something because someone else is like, I don't know. And really, I'm like, well, what do you want? Yeah. So I think that's kind of my thing. It's like loving that we are accepting the things that we want in life, whether it is a material thing or starting something new. Like, like do it. If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah. So. And just like, because the thing is that the things that feel so unattainable are not unattainable, It's just that our depth perception is so large from like where we are to where we think we need to be in order to get that thing that even when you are at that place, you don't even realize it.
You still don't believe it.
That's why I was saying that to
Yeah.
you. It's like, you're not going to be able to just get your 911. You have to get the Corvette because if you're not going to be mentally like, unless we just tomorrow make $10 million, like you're not going to feel comfortable or confident enough to be able to be like, okay, yes, I'm ready to do this. Like, I feel like there are certain things that are stepping stones to where we feel like, okay, we're closing in on that like depth perception of like our dreams versus reality. And like, it feels closer than it actually is.
Even, it's funny you bring up the 911. Even with the 911, that's my second dream car. After that, once I get that, I'll be like, cool. I'm still going to get other stuff. But I'll be like, cool. And to your point, I don't think that I would buy that. I don't know. That's why I appreciate Med, but like, I don't know. I don't think I would have just bought it. And it's funny because, like,
I know you wouldn't have.
Yeah, but it's funny because me and his car cost about the same. I think his car is just a tad bit more expensive, so I guess I could have bought it. But I don't know what it is about not going to, I don't know, the extra 20 grand or whatever the case may be to do it. Like, I don't know. It was just like, that threshold. Yeah. But now it's like, it is more like believable to get it now. Yeah. And like now my goal, now that I've pressed the check mark on this goal, now I know that I have to check mark that goal. So I got all these.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe it now.
Yeah, so. Exactly. Yeah. Okay. So to shift gears just a little bit, we're actually car shopping for our family car. And because my lease is up on our current SUV, it's more like it's an SUV. Is it an SUV?
Yeah, they call it SUV, okay. I guess.
Well, anyway, I drive a Range Rover Velar, and we're not the biggest fans. And we're like, okay, it's funny because when I first had a hoopty, not a hoopty, but like, like your first car, it was like a hoopty, yeah. But
we both had hoopties.
Yeah, it was a Chevy Cobalt, and I drove that thing, and then one day I was like, okay, I got to get a new car. Like, my brand and everything was starting to really, like, grow, and I just was like, okay, it's time. So I got a Jeep Compass, loved that car, and at that time I was like, oh, my God, like, I have to pay a car note because Gigi, like, my Cobalt, that was her name.
Gas guzzler.
Yes, ooh, Lord. Gigi was paid off. So, like,
yeah. Well,
we bought it cash. Yeah. Well, my parents bought it cash. So when I had the car note, it was like a $300 car note, and I was like, oh my God.
It was $285.
Yeah, it was like $285. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, like, how am I gonna do this? Like, but I was like, you know what, Aaron, you just have to believe that you're gonna be able to pay this car note every month. And I had to pay insurance. I did not know that insurance was a monthly bill that was pretty much the same amount as the car note. Like, in some circumstances, it's like $100 and something a month. Well, back then. So then we got the Range Rover, and that car note was like,
no, that was like
way more than what my Compass was. And I was like, oh my God, babe. Like,
that was the first time. That car.
That was like the biggest.
The Range Rover was 73.
Yeah, it was like $70-something thousand car. So I went from like
never been. Well, our parents have never bought $70,000 cars. No, your dad. Well, I don't think it was 70, but he had a Corvette too.
Yeah,
but still, it wasn't. For us,
still
it's
kind of like,
not known.
What? Like, you're buying that? Like, I'm getting this, and I knew that Range Rover.
By that time, though, you had the confidence to get it because you had already been paying a car note.
Exactly.
To your point,
it was like a stepping stone. I don't think I could have gone from GG to the Range Rover.
Nah,
it would have been a very big shift. Not to say it's impossible, but just for knowing myself. And so now we're car shopping, and I do think even at some point it doesn't even become about like the luxury anymore in terms of like
The
Because
look
we,
and the
yeah, like the
optics.
look and the optics, and it's just like we had the Range Rover, great. We had some problems with it. We were kind of like, we kind of knew that going in, but I was just like, oh, I love this car. It's so sexy. I feel so good driving it,
Yeah.
which I do. Like I
Still
enjoy
do.
driving it, but
Yeah.
now I feel like even like to kind of contrast what we're talking about the 911, because it's not just about like what, like how much something costs or like how it looks. It's more about like, how do I feel driving this? And like what, like, I don't know. Now we're looking at Broncos and we love the Bronco,
Yeah.
and I won't say it's significantly less than the Range, but like it's not
It's not a luxury brand.
it's not a luxury brand.
I don't even think it's always about the price, because sometimes it's like, I tell Aaron too, because I like love cars, and all for it. Do what you do. But I feel like if you're gonna get a brand, you need to get the brand.
Yeah.
And I say that because like if I'm going to get a Benz, then I'm probably going to get an AMG. I'm not about to get I don't even want to say a line because I'm not trying to offend anyone. But I'm not going to get like a base model of something just to say I have the Benz.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to get the Benz that I actually really want. Mm-hmm. Not, and everybody's not into cars, so like it's relative.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
People.
But
yeah.
I tell Aaron all the time, like if you're going to get something, we need to get
what you really want.
Like what you want out of it, basically.
Exactly.
Like don't get it, just say, oh yeah, I got the Benz, or I got the Lamborghini. Well, no, any Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying?
Like the BMW.
Yeah, like, BMW. Like don't get what you want. If you're gonna get it, like get it. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think for me, with having the Range and now looking more into being more open to like American like car brands. Well, I never was closed off to them, but I just love the Range.
Yeah.
But I think now it's kind of just showing me like the optics really don't matter. Like they just really don't.
I think it's your confidence in whatever you're doing.
Yeah.
Because I'll go back to how I started too. Like my first car was a 93 Escort. My second one was a 97 Honda Accord. And my third one was a 2002 Accord. I drove my mom's car for a little while. Civic.
I liked her car.
That was when I was in high school.
You would pick me up in that one.
And then I bought my first new car, which that only lasted.
He paid it off and then it broke down. We caught that CC.
Yeah, crazy cruise. I had a Chevy Cruise. So it's just like, but all those cars I treated like it was a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. Like and I feel like sometimes when you take care of what you have, you will get what you want going forward. Mm-hmm. Like when I was 16, I couldn't buy a Corvette. Like simple. But I treat my Escort like it was a Corvette. It only lasted me 10 months, but
yeah, but you kept it clean.
I kept it clean,
you did what you
the whole nine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I treated it like it was a luxury car or it was a sports car or whatever the case may be. And I think to me that's kind of how I just look at how we get the things that we want. I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And I love being a passenger princess. So honestly, whatever car he wants to drive me in, like so we went looking for cars and we looked at the Ford Bronco. We also looked at a Lincoln, which was super nice. We looked at the Lincoln Aviator, and he said it gave mom vibes, and I was like, I'm going for cool mom vibes, which is why I really like the Bronco, because I just feel like it's so cool and sporty and fun, and like it's just different than what we've had out of the Range.
Yeah.
But we've been looking and he's like, I just get right in the passenger side because I'm like, I already know this is my domain. Let me see how comfortable this passenger side is. And then I'll be like, okay, I could drive it for a mile or two just to see if it rides smooth.
I would say you're definitely letting me have my way with the cars for sure. Definitely. Because so we went to Colorado for our third anniversary. And we drove the Colorado ZR2, and I was like, yo, I kind of want a truck now after driving this all weekend.
Yeah, it was a fun car to drive.
And I'm like, we sitting up high.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, I know I'm getting a Vet in a minute, but I'm about to get rid of the Audi and get a truck. So that's my new thing. So yeah, hopefully we're in the works of hopefully we get a Bronco maybe this week.
Yeah.
But ultimately the Bronco, that's more for me. It's like a dad truck to me. It's something cool. I do so much outside. I want to be able to like put a trailer on the back, maybe and lug some dirt or something like that, or whatever the case may be. But also just a different vibe in the winter that I can enjoy, but also like I can take the doors off for the summer, the top, all the things. And whenever Erin wants to get an actual mom car, because I know she loves the Bronco. She does like the Bronco, but she's going to get tired of it.
I do. I really like the Bronco, but when I got into the Lincoln Aviator, I was like, okay, this
that
is
was
my
her
speed.
reaction was like,
I'm like, this is my speed right here. Like, I love how high the Bronco sits because I feel so powerful in it. But the Aviator it's more what I'm used to in the range.
Yeah.
Like, it has massage seats and sunroof
it's got a smooth ride, like the whole, and the Bronco actually rides smooth for,
and it's really spacious too. But anyway, that's not the point.
Yeah.
The point is that, I'm happy for you. I think you made a great choice. You spec'd the Corvette out perfectly. It looks like you. It's fun to ride in. It'll be our date night car once baby is here.
Yeah.
The grandparents will have them either come here and watch the baby, or we'll take
the baby
her
about an
earlier
hour
in the
before.
day and have a parents' night out. But things are good. We're excited for all that's to come. I'm just, grateful that we are able to live this life and like really believe that we can have the life that we want.
Attain the things that we set our minds to, but also, doing the work to make sure that we get and keep them.
Yeah. And treating what we have as if it's what we desire moving
in the future.
Forward. Because even this house, we're like, we got to get this house. Like, I mean, obviously our house is nice, but it's like, we got to get it into a place where we're like systems, And
like, that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I struggled this past week with Erin because I'm like, Erin, I can't function. Like I like she described earlier in the video, like there's some drawers that have just clutter. I can't function. Erin is way better out of sight, out of mind. Me, I'm not. I'm not good at it. Like I know it's there. Like even with like the basement, I'm working on the basement storage area, and I like had to put my foot down. I'm like, hey, you need to go down there and throw away whatever you don't need. If you don't, because there's some stuff I already threw away, but. And she has zero idea of what that may be. She hasn't asked about it. But, yeah, making her go
one
get
day
rid of
I'm
stuff.
going to look for it.
She doesn't even know what she's looking for. But, yeah, we do treat our home, obviously, like it's our big family home that we want soon, blah, blah, blah. But there are some things that we definitely need to tighten up on,
Yep.
And plus, the next house, it got to fit my 911 in there. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
And my classic.
And my Porsche Cayenne coupe.
And your Porsche Cayenne coupe, yeah. So we can be twinning.
Yeah. So, anyway, you guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Cameron needs to post his car on the Sips page so you can see what it looks like.
Yeah, I'll post it, yeah.
But yeah. All right.
Yeah. Oh, also, my favorite part is that now I still go out and watch the cars, but now it's like cool when everybody's like, hey.
Yeah, they're like looking at your
like
car.
I'm like on the other end now. So
they're like, okay, I'm not just a spectator. Yeah. They actually like my car now.
It feels good. I mean, some people, like a couple guys asked about the Audi before, but it's just like, it's just the 83. Little 2.0 turbo. But yeah.
Speed now.
Yeah, I got some real speed. He literally
punched it when he hit 500, and I was holding on like this and holding my stomach. Oh my God. I think the baby even moved. She was like in my stomach.
She about to come out jumping for joy.
Right.
All right, y'all. If you rock with me, then you rock with us. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. We'll see you on the next one. Oh, this podcast. Yeah. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Be easy.